Many people think that once a woman passes the age of 55, her desire for a romantic partner simply vanishes. It's a common misconception, often tied to outdated ideas about aging and femininity. But is it true? Does a woman's need for a partner really disappear after 55? The answer is far more complex than a simple yes or no. Instead of disappearing, her desires transform, evolving into something deeper and more nuanced. First, let's talk about the biological aspect. For centuries, a woman's life was often defined by her reproductive role. From a purely biological standpoint, the primary drive for partnership was linked to procreation. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which fluctuate throughout her younger years, play a huge role in shaping her desires and behaviors. These hormones are nature's way of encouraging pair bonding to ensure the survival of the species. When a woman enters menopause, typically around her early 50s, this hormonal symphony changes dramatically. The levels of these hormones decrease significantly, and with that, the intense, biologically driven urge for a partner can lessen. It's not that the desire is gone, but the frantic, almost primal need driven by biology begins to fade. It's like a radio that was once tuned to a loud, booming station is now playing softer, more melodic music. The music is still there, but its purpose and intensity have changed. This shift allows a woman to step back and evaluate her needs from a place of clarity rather than hormonal urgency. Then there's the sociological factor, which is incredibly significant. For many women, their lives up to the age of 55 have been a whirlwind of caregiving. They've been daughters, wives, and mothers. They've spent decades nurturing others, putting the needs of their children, partners, and sometimes even aging parents before their own. It's a role that society has historically assigned to women, and it can be exhausting. Think about it. Sleepless nights with a newborn, endless school runs, cooking meals, managing households, providing emotional support for everyone around them. It's a 24/7 job with no holidays. By the time a woman reaches her mid-50s, her children are often grown and have left home. This empty nest phase, while sometimes tinged with sadness, is also a period of immense liberation. For the first time in decades, she is no longer primarily defined by her role as a caregiver. The constant demand on her time and energy has subsided. This newfound freedom can lead to a period of self-rediscovery. She might feel a sense of relief, a chance to finally breathe and ask herself, what do I want? For some, the idea of entering another partnership and potentially slipping back into a caregiving role can feel daunting. They've done their time, so to speak, and now they want to focus on themselves. They're not necessarily anti-partner. They're just wary of any relationship that might feel like another job. They've spent a lifetime serving others, and now it's their turn to be served, or at the very least to live on their own terms. This leads us to the psychological transformation. The reduction of hormonal pressures and caregiving responsibilities, a woman over 55 often gains a powerful sense of autonomy. She's likely been through a lot: career challenges, personal triumphs, heartbreaks, and joys. She has a much stronger sense of self than she did in her 20s or 30s. She knows who she is, what she likes, and what she won't tolerate. This self-awareness changes what she looks for in a partner. The superficial qualities that might have seemed important when she was younger, like physical appearance or social status, often take a back seat. Instead, she prioritizes deeper, more meaningful connections. She's not looking for a fairy tale romance or a knight in shining armor to rescue her. She's looking for a true companion, an equal. She wants someone who respects her, listens to her, and shares her values. Emotional intimacy becomes paramount. She craves conversations that go beyond the surface, shared laughter and mutual support. She wants a partner who can be her best friend, her confidant, and her travel buddy. She's not looking to complete herself with another person because she already feels whole. Instead, she's looking for someone to share her already full and interesting life with. This is a huge shift from the often dependent dynamic of youthful relationships. She is no longer looking for a provider or a protector in the traditional sense. She is looking for a partner in every sense of the word. Another crucial factor is financial independence. In previous generations, marriage was often an economic necessity for women. A woman's financial security was tied to her husband. Today, that's no longer the case for many. Women over 55 in the modern world are often financially independent. They've had careers, saved money, and built their own financial security. They don't need a partner to pay the bills or provide them with a certain lifestyle. This independence is incredibly empowering. It means that if she chooses to be in a relationship, it's purely because she wants to be, not because she needs to be. This eliminates a massive pressure that historically pushed women into unsatisfying or even unhappy marriages. When you don't need someone for financial survival, you can be much more selective. You can wait for a connection that truly enriches your life. The absence of economic dependence allows her to prioritize emotional and intellectual compatibility above all else. She won't settle for a relationship that doesn't bring her joy, respect, and genuine companionship, because she simply doesn't have to. Her home is her sanctuary, a space she has likely curated for her own comfort and peace. She is not going to disrupt that peace for just anyone. So, what does all this mean? It means that a woman's desire for a partner after 55 isn't about age. It's about quality. She has raised her standards, and rightfully so. She's not interested in a project, someone she needs to fix or take care of. She's not interested in drama or playing games. She's lived enough life to know that her peace and happiness are precious, and she won't compromise them easily. If a man comes into her life who is emotionally mature, self-sufficient, respectful, and brings genuine joy and companionship, she will likely be very open to a relationship. She wants a partner who adds to her life, not one who drains her energy. She's looking for someone who can cook for himself, manage his own life, and contribute equally to the emotional and practical aspects of a shared life. A partnership that feels like a collaboration, a team of two equals exploring the next chapter of life together, is incredibly appealing. But a relationship that feels like a regression to old, unequal dynamics, where she is expected to be the primary emotional and domestic laborer, holds zero appeal. She would rather be happy and single than be in a partnership that feels like a burden. In conclusion, the idea that a woman's desire for a partner simply evaporates after 55's as a myth. It doesn't disappear. It evolves. It becomes more refined, more intentional, and more self-aware. She moves away from a biologically driven need for a mate and a socially conditioned role as a caregiver. Instead, she embraces a psychologically mature desire for a true companion. Her financial and emotional independence gives her the freedom to choose a partner based on what truly matters: mutual respect, emotional intimacy, and shared joy. So the question isn't whether women over 55 still want a partner. The real question is whether they can find a partner who meets their new, elevated standards. A woman at this stage of life is not looking to be completed. She is already a masterpiece. She is simply looking for someone worthy enough to hang on the wall beside her. Thank you for watching. If you found this perspective insightful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.